Alright. Welcome back to the Daily Grind Anthem Game Edition, and welcome to episode 210. Alright, let's check out the dailies and start that grind. Alright, top of the list, we got defeat 30 outlaws, we got Heart of Rage for a stronghold, legendary contract, defeat 30 enemies with melee, and a daily stronghold. Alright, I see a 2-for-1 combo here, stronghold, Heart of Rage, outlaw, legendary contract, melee throughout the day. So let's get this started and let's head into a Heart of Rage. Start out strong. Let's load up an expedition. Strongholds. Let's hit that. Hit that Heart of Rage. Let's see, do a combo. We got a gear sigil somewhere. Yeah, we do. Drop some ice. Let's see, let's change our weapon. We're rocking around with the Razor Wing. Let's see. I feel... Let's go old school. We did Arena Gambit last time. How many Rolling Carnage do I got in my inventory? 6. Got Siege Breaker. Let's try this Divine Vengeance with 225% physical damage. Did it also have melee damage on it? Weapon aim recoil, harvest bonus. Man, I wish there was a way to move that pop-up armor. Let's give that a roll. Oh yeah, we did get a new General's Favor for components. Combine arms, elemental. There it is. It's the only one I got. Thirster cooldown, acid effect. Oh, dude, it ups my armor and shield so much. There we go. Now I just need a second wind. Do I have a second wind? I got softened blows. Oh, second win. It looks like that's the only one I'm missing now. Alright, we good here? Let's launch it. Alright. Alright, Feed Lancers, get ready to drop. Let's do this. Body stretch. Hit that back scratcher between the shoulder blades. Yes.
Zeus, my man.
What
Did
up?
I interrupt the stream?
Not much, but welcome to the stream, buddy. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm fabulous. I passed out for like 3 whole hours, I think, and I feel re-energized.
Sounds like a wonderful nap, man. I wish I had
59 others. What?
I wish I had a nap.
Well, no, so you actually... Yeah, but you actually went to bed. See, other than those 3 hours sleep, I'm still basically up since the last time we talked.
Damn. So it's
Yeah, we
about
had some
59
stuff
of
to
us.
do this morning. Apparently 59 people have followed me since July 24th, 2018.
Cool.
I didn't know that many people thought I was, followable. I tend not to keep long-term relationships. Generally, if I haven't played with you in like a month or two, you're gone off my list and I forget about you.
Man, I have so many people coming and going. They come and.
Dude, I impressed some friends with your dedication to your game, because you have like 251 days, I think, in Mass Effect.
That's more than probably like 1,800 hours. I gotta look on the app and catch the hours. But how many days?
Hold on, let me double check, because it may have been Destiny I was looking at instead.
Oh, those numbers will be high as hell, man. I have put a lot of time in Destiny, Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, hold on though. Let me double check this here.
All right, can we get the numbers?
Yeah, hold on. I'm getting there. Like, for instance, on my list, I am 8 of 19 with only 13 days played. Of the friends that I've added, including you, Uzi, and them, Solid Caesar is number 1 on my list with 157 days, 18 hours, 59 minutes. Uzi is number 2 with 151 days, 11 hours, and 10 minutes. And you are number 3 with 145 days, 5 hours, and 43 minutes. The next closest person after you on my list is at 38 days, 23 hours, and 44 minutes, if that helps.
Oh, it does help.
Which means that we will go back to Destiny 1, which is where we put down the big numbers. Destiny is my most played game on Xbox One to date. And for your stream, here we go. I am number 6 of 24 with 67 days. My buddy Dr. Wicked, back in the day, is number 1 with 261 days, 5 hours, and 4 minutes. You are number 3 with 176 days, 23 hours, and 40 minutes invested in Destiny 2.
And every day was a fun one.
I can't agree with that, because Destiny 1 was such a grind, and I missed out on so many other games trying to keep up. That's part of the reason I fell behind in Destiny 2, is because I decided that I wasn't having enough fun with one game just to dedicate. That's why I backed off Borderlands 3 just a little bit, because I'm not having the same enjoyment with it by myself right now that a lot of people have pushed off that I was when it first came out. Now for... Ooh, wow. Destiny 2, you've been sleeping. Once again, my current clan leader was number 1 for Destiny 2 at 103 days, 15 hours, and 51 minutes. My previous friend, Dr. Wicked, once again on the Destiny kick, 102 days, 9 hours, and 14 minutes. The Savior racking in 80 days, 1 hour, and 5 minutes, and then you following up at 4 with 54 days, 2 hours, and 17 minutes. I'm way back in 7th with only 32 days and 20 hours put into Destiny 2. But the fact that I have over a month of continuous playtime means that it was definitely time to back up off.
No, chair grade.
Yeah, I was like.
I wonder how come mine didn't get the 5 years. Oh, it will in November. That's why I'm so low. Because I didn't make launch day, I didn't get to start playing until November. You, the Savior, and Dr. Wicked all have 5 years on my list for playtime.
Yeah, day 1 then.
There's you, son. 1 year. You got 1 year for character age. Now plug your pie hole. I'm really tired of you interrupted, and we're in the middle of the stream, so I don't want you yelling at my kid while he's trying to put his content out there. I'll have to leave, and I don't want to do that.
Eavesdropping is rude.
But the next closest games I have are things like the Elder Scrolls Online. I have a mere pittance at actually it lists 2 hours total time played, and I know that can't be right because like my buddy Panda, who mainlines this game, has 2 days, and my guild master has 7 days, it says, of playtime, and I know that's crap. So hours played, on the other hand, it says, which is somehow different. My guild master has 6,265 hours. Panda has 281, and I clock in at 255. And I know that still can't be right because there were days I played for days without shutting down the Xbox.
Yeah, I remember those times. I swear I thought you pulled a Fortnite. Literally. Like playing constantly for like 2 weeks.
I get close sometimes. But, I mean, most other games I have on my list don't even come close. Let me check the playtime on Unity, because I think that's the one I picked the most when I first had it. Fallout 4 I have like 2 days into. But Unity, I have 4 days, 9 hours, and 14 minutes into one Assassin's Creed game. I'm actually #1 on my list for playtime. My friend BR, the gamer score whore, is #2 with 4 days, 7 hours. The weird thing is I'm still missing like 3 achievements. BR is 100% of the game. So is my buddy Refrain, and he only has 1 day and 15 hours into it. But no, I mean I got lost just picking pockets and, you know, stabbing random people and wandering over buildings. I really liked Unity.
Door's open. Let's finish this.
In comparison, on the other hand, the much despised Black Flag, for me, I still think it's crap, and I'll say so to anybody's face. Oh, nice. I have 2 days, unfortunately, into Black Flag, but I only have 70% synchronization. Whereas Dr. Wicked and BR have 6 days and 5 days. Even you have more time with 3 hours more playtime than me and the Black Flag.
And I played that from beginning to an end. That was an alright story, but it did have a share of glitches.
I didn't finish it. Wasn't even about glitches. I hate sailing so bad. I don't like it in the Odyssey either. It's the same mechanics basically. They just spice it up a little because the ships aren't as big.
This was going to be tough when he was regular sized.
Just remember, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Honestly, if I could, in every
Have you tried the
Black
ceiling
Flag
in
and every
Odyssey?
other game. Yes. Hold on. Yeah.
To me, that felt like a way better improvement from Black Flag and previously.
They streamlined it a little bit, so it felt smoother, not as clunky, but it's still basically the same controls, especially for doing things like firing the equivalent of the cannons, you know, the archers, the fire bombs, and the javelins. It's just like firing the cannons and the various shot on the jackdaw. You still hold the right trigger, and then you have to, you know, get alongside them and aim, and then hope to hit something. But I have 2 days currently into Odyssey, and you're #1, I'm sure. Yeah, with 3 days. I only have 41% main progression though. I've traveled 670 whatever kilometers, meters, or whatever. You have 956 #1, and nobody else on my list even comes close to us. And then in the kills department, you have 3295, and I'm way behind you at 2342. But the next closest guy after that to us on my list only has 317. And you are at 84% of the main story, and I'm at 41. Which should tell you how bad I hate sailing. I've been crawling over land, killing people for half the game. And I'm only like 900 short of your kill count. And you've got over double my progress. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't have
If that doesn't tell you how bad I hate sailing, I don't know what does.
activate him to another location.
Man, if they had like co-op, I will sell for you and just go on a murder's rampage, man.
Oh yeah, put me where I can board. I will murder everybody. And now, of course, for Borderlands 3, I am number 2 on my list with 7 days and 10 hours.
Nice.
Your boy Uzi has me beat by 5 hours and 16 minutes.
Shit, probably
We are
like
both
half.
at 7 days. We are both at 7 days. He's at 15 hours, 48 minutes. I'm at 10 hours, 32 minutes. Miss Shroomy is next with 6 days.
How many
And
days I
you
got on
are
there?
sucking hind boob. 1 day, 9 hours, and 45 minutes.
I haven't broke the 40-hour mark yet.
Yeah.
Well, I could barely hop on back
Yeah.
on that.
Well, if that's what you want to do, I'll hop on with you. I mean, I have no problems playing more with friends. I can't do solo.
I gotta finish
Because
the
that's
story
not
and do
what
that
we'll do.
mayhem stuff. And get my character.
Well, yeah,
50.
but it's for me. It's the thing about Borderlands was designed from the ground up for co-op. They all were. Playing it solo. Playing
Playing
it
it
solo
solo
is
is
like
okay,
hearing
but
a
when you get
symphony
a
with
group
hearing
together,
aids.
it's freaking amazing.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to us, you mean.
It's not
Strider
okay
doesn't
playing
drive
it.
itself.
Playing it solo is like going to the symphony with hearing aids. You know, it's okay, but you know you're missing something. Just like trying to play Fallout 76 solo. The game was designed to be played co-op.
Nice one.
Give me a hug and a kiss, boy. It's that time. Love you too. Good night. Hopefully tomorrow we will have a better day than today. We will see.
Only tomorrow knows what it will bring.
See, I can't agree with that. I know my son well enough to pretty much predict what tomorrow's going to bring.
Mayhem and destruction, I know that for sure.
No, just
Man.
we left here at 7:11 this morning. We got to the doctor's office at 7:31. And from the time we got there to when we left at 11:23, he did not stop talking the entire time. Dude, be quiet. Dude, that's not appropriate to say right now. Dude, seriously, you're giving me a headache. And then I just started to ignore him, and he just basically started talking to himself. Because he is physically incapable of stopping, man, I swear.
Dude, if you ever find out how to get a kid to like be quiet for a moment, let me know, because I want to use it on my nephews.
Dude,
Because they're nothing
my mother
but-
used to pay me to be quiet.
I can't do that because I'm broke.
dead serious. What? Shh. Never underestimate how far a quarter will go for a kid.
As far
I'm
as you can
just
throw
saying.
it.
No, my mom used to play the quiet game, 15 minutes at a time, 25 cents. If she didn't have a quarter, she'd put in an IOU.
Oh, that was awesome.
You know,
Maybe I should give that a try.
and you better believe. Oh, dude, and we are a very mercenary family. You better believe I came back to collect on payday.
Definitely. You got the paperwork and everything, right? This is 5 reviews. You owe this much and much.
Oh no, but she knew she couldn't get by without saying that I don't know that. Shh. Yeah, you do. Because, like my son, I could go for long periods of time, and it seems like I wouldn't take a breath. And when my mom wanted a break, she'd start paying me to be quiet, and I would take it.
I'm about to say, does he has the gift of gab, kind of like our buddy Hades? He just keeps on going and going.
No, even Hades has to be quiet sometimes.
There's only one time that he was quiet, and I believe that's when he had to take a phone call, or his mic was put on mute because he had to fix the controller or the cable. That's only one time. The other time is just rapid fire questions, like one right after the other. I'm like, holy jeez. Let's play another mission. We got a legendary mission to do. Hopefully, get some.
No, this is. You ever seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Sounds familiar.
John Candy and Steve Martin.
Mm-hmm.
My son's a lot like John Candy. He just will not stop talking.
Sometimes I wish I had the gift.
The only
like
difference
to keep people interested and just keep a dialogue going on here, but
no,
I do find good moments of
See,
shutting up.
it's not the gift of gab. It's it. He will just keep saying the same thing over and over again until you want to strangle him. If it was the gift of gab, you would be enthralled, ensorcelled, and amazed by what he's saying and want to hear more. You don't want to hear more. You just want him to stop talking before you decide to strangle him with the nearest, round object. And
Hey, take it easy there.
that's not good for. Yeah, that's not good for anybody. I love my son, but he's pushing limits right now in the worst way, and it's gonna have to stop, or I'm gonna have to go upside his head with something heavy.
You think he's doing it on purpose to see pushing the limit? Because I know some kids do that.
He may be, but it's a bad time to do it. And if he hasn't realized that by now, then there's stuff wrong with him that I can't help. Because I am at a very high stress point in my life right now. I haven't had anybody at my mental health facility to talk to about it, because they have one therapist on staff right now and 2 in training for like 300 or 400 people I know of.
So basically, they got a staff of 3 to servicing 400 patients. That's just insane. That should not be.
No, they have a staff of 1 servicing
staff of
like
1.
400 patients. They got 2 in training. They can't see patients to do anything other than intake. They can't host group. They can't hold private therapy sessions. Nothing. Basically, they're like interns right now.
Damn.
And it is difficult right now. And I've talked to some folks on Xbox Live that I trust with some of the details, but the truth is that at this point, I need somebody that I can vent to in a totally safe space where I don't have to worry about it coming back on me in any way. And I can't get that on Xbox Live just because of the nature of some of my conversations.
Well, you just get
It's nothing against the people. It's nothing against the people in my community, but this is something that I need doctor-patient confidentiality,
You need to have that safe space to vent. And I know.
It's not even about venting necessarily. Some of the stuff I talk about could be legally compromising. And I need that relationship in place. So that way I don't get in trouble. I don't have that on Xbox, and people can start, misconstruing some of what I say, and I could wind banged up for real. And I can't have that. By the way, did you see Dishonored 2 has come to Game Pass?
I did not see that.
Yes, sir. I'm installing it now. Can't wait to give it a go. I didn't even finish the first one, so...
I haven't played the first one. I heard it was a good story, good missions.
I was about to say, do you like a true open world game where they give you the tools and it's up to you to go about solving how to get through however you can with the tools you're given?
I've done it before, I'll do it again.
Then Dishonored would be totally for you. It's made by Arcane Studios. They're a subdivision of Bethesda, and basically you're given these like mystic powers and a short dagger, and the goal to get through and assassinate a target. Now, you don't technically have to assassinate them, you just have to make them removed from the situation. And they warn you at the beginning of the game that depending on your non-lethal or lethal approaches of the city you're in the first game, no, it actually affects the world around you. If you become violent and kill people, the world becomes darker, and things like corpse flies and zombies and stuff start showing up in future missions in the same area. And security is heightened in other areas when you go back to try and perform missions.
Okay, I'm at the fortress.
Like watchtowers will be set up, and electric gates that are impenetrable and electrify you. And like where there might have been one guard before, now there's 6 type thing. If you're lethal. If you're non-lethal and super careful about your approach, even when dealing with the target, you know, like say you implicate them in blackmail schemes or something instead of outright killing them, the next time you go through, it's a lot lighter. You know, maybe the streets have been cleaned up more, so there aren't like rats and corpse flies flying around everywhere. Less guards, like before there might have been 2 or 3 guards on the situation, but due to the fact that you revealed that there was a corrupt, you know, political presence, there may only be 1 guard there now. You know, type thing. What you did affected the world directly, and, you know, not necessarily instantaneously, but it affected the world as you went by. It didn't just affect the ending. It affected your choices of gameplay for further missions in that area. And it was a pretty cool premise. And in the second game, the original character comes back, but his young charge that you were sent to rescue, which is your... I don't know if it's your, you know, like long lost your love or anything, but you're like the captain of the Empress's guard, and you fail at saving her, and they kidnap her daughter.
Oh.
And that's how it starts to go. In the second game, though, you're the protector of the daughter who's become the Empress, and you have the option to play as either her or the former hero. And each of them have their own set of unique skills to get through the game with. Basically, it's almost like 2 separate playthroughs for Dishonored 2.
So this is similar, you get to GTA story, you play 3 different people and they have like their own story arcs type of thing, right?
Yeah, but the difference here is that it's actually basically 2 separate playthroughs. You pick who you want to play through at the beginning, and then play through the story that way. I think you may be able to go back and swap or whatever, but it is a case of... I won't swear that you're starting the story over if you swap, but I know that, like, their story still carries on no matter what you do, and then from what I understand, when you take back over the other character, if you choose to swap back, you don't just, like, go on to the next mission in the thing. I think it affects what's available for them, too. Yeah, you don't just continue where you left off, you continue where the other character left off and the state they left it in, I think. I won't swear to that, though, because I haven't actually played it. I do know that they have separate powers. I think they even go to separate locations, but I won't swear to that. But
it sounds like a
either
good
way,
gameplay to try out and see.
It makes for an interesting dichotomy that, once again, I mentioned because I know you're looking for content to put out there. And at this point, there's actually more content than you have time to film, unless you just stop sleeping like I do.
Oh, dude, I need
But Dishonored 2
hours.
is there. I've heard We Happy Few is amazing. Hellblade, I've heard, was great. It's basically like a 1 playthrough type game, like Mafia. But Alien Isolation is on here. Definitely great playthrough if you can handle the horror setting.
dead wrong. You worry about those suppression machines, I'll carve a path.
I'm not sure about Deus Ex just because I never finished the first one, and I own the second one, Mankind Divided. It's here on Game Pass. I just never got into it. Dishonored 2's here.
Give it a play and get ready for Cyberpunk. Play some Cyberpunk games. Oh man,
Yeah.
I just need to find the right control schemes because they have some different ones on there.
Yeah. Doom, of course, is on here, the new one. Gears 5, of course. I mean, you could probably make some nice horde runs, or escape runs even. Escape runs usually take about 5 to 11 minutes, depending on the difficulty and how much fighting you decide to do. Either way, it can make for some great, not necessarily Let's Plays, but for some interesting quick vids, you know, to throw up on the channel.
That sounds like fun.
Or to stream live, even.
Sure, leave me hanging.
I've heard Hollow Knight's pretty decent. I've heard it's kind of like a Castlevania, Metroidvania type game. Of course, Lego Worlds is on there now, and if you like Minecraft and you like Lego, it's kind of a nice crossover.
You did it.
All of the Metro games are there, so
Faye, how's that
if you
feeling
haven't
coming?
played them,
You just worry
but
about
you've
the
been
fight.
wanting to,
I'll find a way to get you out of there.
Monster Hunter
How's
World.
it coming?
Oh my god, that's a grind you could probably get deep into for a while.
I kind of have to worry
Oh,
about
I know because my friends were playing that shit in day one, and oh man,
Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War. Operencia, actually. From what I've seen, it looks pretty cool. Ori and the Blind Forest, of course, you know, was a big stream game for a while. Prey, made by the same people that did Dishonored.
and that was like a horror one.
easier if I could fly.
Yeah, kind of.
Jump scares for
Yes, most definitely. Sea of Thieves, of course, is still there if you want to play the Pirate and Sail.
Where's the trial?
Depending on how you like to keep your content, Sunset Overdrive is on there, and if you like do adult content, it definitely has some. It is hilarious to me, at least, but I liked the lowbrow college humor.
Everybody does.
But it was a little risque. And ironically, I think the combat is really good. It was made by the people who do Ratchet and Clank, if that helps. You know the new Spider-Man game that just dropped for PS4
Yeah, same company.
from Insomniac?
There you go. Something.
Yeah, they made Sunset Overdrive. Tacoma is also on here, made by the same people that did Gone Home. I don't know if you ever tried it when it was free. It's an interesting story game. I don't think there's any combat or anything. It's more like whodunit. You play an engineer sent to a space station with a malfunctioning AI, and it has basically recorded people's movements throughout the station in like abstract videos, and you have to start going through the events on the station to figure out why the AI malfunctioned and what happened to the crew. And it's all story driven.
Nice. What up, Luna?
What's up, Luna?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How about
Bird
you?
Holmes, I like that you put me first. I appreciate that. Alphabetical order. Yes, I'm more important.
Still waiting on the stupid generator.
Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein 2 are both on here. Of course, if you don't mind bloody FPSs with a great story, I've heard they're amazing. And Wasteland 2 is on here also. And you know Wasteland 3 is coming. And they're a lot like the original Fallout games, made by the same people, as a matter of fact. Not Fallout 3 and 4, but 1, 2, and Brotherhood Tactics. Yeah, Wasteland 2 and Wasteland 3 are made by the same people. That same kind of isometric overlay. More More like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy Tactics type gameplay. No, more like Final Fantasy Tactics. If you ever played that back in the day. It's a strategy game, it's an RPG strategy. Closer than it is Diablo. Diablo is a lot more like Borderlands. It's not a dungeon crawler, like when you encounter battles, like a grid overlay comes down kind of where you can move so many squares and stuff. XCOM's kind of like that too, only a whole lot harder. XCOM, I've heard from a friend who played it, is brutal. Basically, the game tells you from the get-go that you're gonna lose people and there is no happy ending.
Never is.
It's down. You did it.
So busy, how you been, man?
Hey, Vizzy, what's it going?
How are things down in Clinton Country?
He'll meet you on the other side of the
Hot and humid. It's supposed to be fall, but it sure as fuck doesn't feel like it.
No, yesterday was like
We're headed your way.
nice 60s, and today's in the 80s again.
Oh, by the way, guys, welcome to Juicy String. Share that in my conversation topics. But yeah, see, in the South, and I'll take it Southern California. See what happened is we have 3 seasons
How so?
in the South. We have summer, second summer, and 2 weeks of winter.
Dead weight thing?
It's like
If
Canada's
that.
the reverse. It's like Canada's
If
the
that.
reverse. Canada has 2 seasons. Winter and 2 brief weeks where they see the sun and call it summer, and then they go right back to winter.
Isn't that where the movie 30 Days of Night took place?
It's all
Above the Arctic Circle,
Northern
yeah,
areas
but
above the Arctic Circle.
above the Arctic Circle, there's some U.S. territory there too, but it doesn't change the fact that anywhere above the Arctic Circle or below the subarctic circle, Antarctic Circle, it's basically 6 months of day, 6 months of night because of the tilt of the Earth.
Yeah, that's
3.5 degrees.
right.
But on the other hand, as far north as Port Luna is, I've heard they're already getting, somebody on a Discord channel I was a part of said they were already getting snow last month,
Damn!
where they lived in Canada.
Yeah.
Not where
On
I
the
am,
other
but
hand,
in the west.
where I am, it was 92, it was about 34 to 35 degrees Celsius today, almost 40. For those in America, it was about 89 to 94 degrees outside at the highest today here in Georgia. And if I had a swimming pool, I'd still be swimming here in October.
Shit, I swim all year round, buddy.
Because we don't have fall. We just have second summer. And in Southern California, where Zeus lives, it's not even second summer. It's
summer
just
all year
one
round.
long stretch of hell. And I was about to say it's one long stretch of hell till the water runs out, at which point they're just gonna burn to death.
There's been a lot of fires, man.
And not enough water to put them out, because California is experiencing the worst drought situation since the turn of the last century, not this one. When the great San Francisco quake took out most of the city, and then the fire of LA burned down so
you in a match
much.
Yeah, I'm doing derelict gold.
So, strangely enough, so am I. Don't suppose you have half that for me.
No, it's
Well, good.
well,
I'll take this one and this one, and you can have the 2 big ones. Okay.
it's my second way through.
So I'm guessing
Oh,
the
this is
stage
my
is
section.
always on derelict today?
Yep, gold on
Yes, it
derelict.
is.
That one.
And I still need to do the gold because I tried going through gold to Skeeterooski and a couple of other rando people,
And grab the
they
cheddar.
and
So
we
it's time
didn't
for
make
the
it to
cheese.
extraction, and it failed there.
Grab the bread.
I could have revived,
And I will
but the
put
thing
it on
was, the other
tease.
guys were doing such a shit job that I was like, you know what, screw you guys. I'm not going to revive. I'm going to fail this mission because I want you assholes to fail so badly. And
So exactly what he said is he pulled a Cartman and said, "Screw you guys, I'm going home."
well, yeah, it's like, fuck you guys. You're all going to fail because you all suck. I don't mind failing this because
I will have two
I don't want
separate
you
ones.
assholes winning off of me putting a revive and me being the only one to make it to the end.
Huh?
Fuck you guys. You're not winning off of me. That's what I said basically to them.
He's gonna make a double decker.
And I had
Did
a
you
kick
quit?
vote on 2 of them. I had a kick vote on 2 of them. Skeeterooski was the only one I didn't have the kick vote on.
He can play.
But the thing was, on
Usually.
wave 6, when it came to the 3rd target, he made...
Alright, that's it for the dailies here on Anthem. I hope you guys enjoyed the little stream for today. Or catching the replay back on my YouTube channel, because you know what to do there. Hit... Ah, damn, I'm drawing a blank. Do what you... do. Blah, blah, blah. When you try to do your lines, man. When you have it memorized, but you still mess up sometimes. That's what you gotta love about live streaming. So do what you guys do best. Hit me up with a comment down below. Leave a like. Don't forget to share the video. I really appreciate you do. If you're catching that replay back at my YouTube channel, you know what to do. Hit that sub notification button for the daily content drop. If you're one of the awesome folks catching it live on here on Twitch, don't forget to hit that follow button there as well. I stream live every night. But until then, I'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.